I went to the doctor when a lot of it was falling out, and they said that it's a female pattern baldness. It has to some degree ruled my entire life ever since my teens. Growing up, it was a very strict and religious environment for me. So one thing I did to avoid criticism was try to look as pretty and look as good as I possibly could. And so my external became so important. And in high school, the trend was to have long, stick straight hair and always be straightening your hair. But I always had very fine, thin hair. I just started comparing myself. I think in the teens, that's kind of something we all do. But when it came to my hair, even then, I remember avoiding jumping on trampolines. I remember if it was hot, not wanting, being upset if someone wanted to put the car roof down or roll down the windows. I was always thinking about how I appeared to others and their opinions. It just mattered so much to me. I wouldn't swim, if a group of friends and we went to a hotel for kind of like a pool party just to hang out in the room. And I would never put my head underwater. And I was always on alert if someone was going to be splashing, because I didn't want my head to get wet, because when my hair did get wet, it would look much thinner and you could see through to my scalp. I would say that friends didn't really say anything, but certain family members placed a lot of emphasis on hair. That made me kind of hyper aware of how I looked. And so, yeah, I hadn't realized until recently, watching more and more of the videos of people shaving their heads, how much that had stopped me from doing things I wanted to do, like go to the dunes where it's really windy. We would go to the Michigan or the Indiana dunes, and I was always worried about my hair. And I remember the summer that things shifted for me. I used to run around on all fours in the sand, roll around, play. We'd play this balance game on boogie boards, push each other, into the water. It was just the fondest time of my childhood. Suddenly, I now was shopping for swimsuits, and I was thinking more about how I looked, and my hair was just at the forefront of my mind, always looking at it different angles, always had to spray it a certain way, trying to fluff it up as much as I could to make it look full, because it was just slowly then getting much thinner, and I just kind of started holding back. I was dating this woman who, in a rather unkind and dismissive way, pointed out my thin hair and just, how unattractive it was when we were just very nonchalant when we were sitting together. And that really, really hurt and just kind of reinforced all these negative thoughts I had about myself because of my hair. And rationally, I tell myself, I have all 5 of my senses. I have a home, I have a job, I have friends, I have family. This superficial thing, I'm really tired. I'm just so tired of always thinking about it. And, right now it might look pretty full, and I just washed it this morning, and it's something that I have to do every day if I want it to look okay. But as soon as I would lean down or get rained on or the wind blows, actually had about a 1-inch buzz cut at one point, which is kind of an awkward length. It was like my attempt to buzz my head, but my fear. And I was like, no, we're going to do it just long. So a guy friend of mine, awesome, really supportive guy friend, helped me do that. And it was just that awkward, like overgrown and also thin. And so I remember bending over and taking a photo, and just taking those photos, that I never used to do except the past year. I went through a stressful time and clumps of hair started falling out. So it just accelerated over the past year. And then I got that buzz cut because I thought, I'm ready for this. I don't want to deal with this anymore. But I was not ready for it, because the sinking feeling just straight from my throat down into my stomach, this just overwhelming despair and sadness. When I looked in the mirror after I'd gotten that cut, I could see it's a perfect egg shape that is thinning. So my hairline is still pretty okay, but it's just in the middle. Why am I placing so much emphasis on my hair? Once I noticed that egg, it was way worse than I thought it had been, and it was during the time that clumps started falling out, and I tried all these different shampoos and different more natural methods. And for me, my hair gets oily very, very quickly, and it's also fine. So I just didn't want to. It was just such a hassle to have to do all this research, try all these things that weren't working. More and more is falling out. I'm having to wash it every single day, and I'm still not happy with it. And all the while, my higher self is saying, this isn't you. This hair, this body isn't actually you. You're inside. That is what deserves your attention. That's what radiates outward. And in a way, I it's kind of a blessing that my hair is going at this age, because it's forcing me to re-examine my relationship with myself and the world. And also, if there's anyone in my life who doesn't want to be around me or would judge me because of my hair, it's the perfect filter for I don't want those people in my life. I don't want, to date that person if that is something that's
Mm.
really important to them. Yeah, I'm just ready to absolutely get rid of it. I don't know anything about, buzzing hair really, or there's different guards and everything like that. And there's this fear of what will people say? How will I be received at work? I work part-time at a senior living facility, and most of the seniors have more hair than I do. For being a woman, I think I'm hmm, I definitely am very conscious of the fact that it is not normalized and it's not mainstream for women to have bald heads. Or
Mm.
the videos I was coming across that were in stark contrast to yours were women talking about sharing their stories, and I'd really appreciate that. And then the end would be, and then I found this amazing wig,
Mm.
or then launched my own topper company. That isn't the end of the story that I want. I want it gone. I don't want to be controlled by it. I want to smile and feel that beautiful with no hair, and just toughen my skin some, and drop the assumptions that I will be received negatively, because do I actually know that? No, I don't. It's time. I just want to do it alone in my bathroom and have my process, and then just walk into the world as if nothing happened, and uh, try not to think ahead so much and prepare myself for what ifs, because that's just unnecessary anxiety and unnecessary stress. But one thing is, I'm not quite sure how I would like to respond or answer people who
Mm.
are like, whoa, your hair is gone. Why did you do that? What did you do? Are you sick? With women, I've seen a lot. Oh, she's going through a crisis. She's having a mental breakdown. She's sick. The assumptions when a woman shaves her head, those are the ones I've most commonly seen. And more recently, oh, she's so beautiful. Look at her bone structure. So
Mm.
that has helped a lot. But it is, for me, I went to the doctor when a lot of it was falling out, and they said that it's a female pattern baldness, and prescribed minoxidil. And I don't like to use chemicals and that sort of thing. Uh, so I just decided I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to keep eating healthy and keep exercising, and just kind of let whatever happens
Mm.
or happen. So I didn't want to do the minoxidil and that sort of thing, but I don't really know what it'll look like. Maybe I'll just have a big white egg in the middle and a shadow. I don't know, but does it really matter? Like, it's saying it's just hair seems dismissive for all of the emotions that come up for
Mm.
people, but at the same time, when you really look at it, I'm really, really lucky to have everything else that I have in my life, and be able to function and live my life. And um, so yeah, that's basically, I mean, I could go on and on, about stories and things like that, and all the things I tried and hairstyles and what I thought about myself, but I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick of it. Okay, there's no going back now. I'm just tired of placing so much emphasis on the physical. My hair's not too bad. I can still hide that it's thinning quite a lot on top when it's freshly washed, but I'm tired of hiding. I'm tired of having to wash it and not let it get oily or wet at all. So women's pattern baldness typically won't affect the hairline too much. Mine has actually gone back a bit in these strange chunks. But mostly it happens on the crown. Right here it starts, and then kind of in this egg shape, it just starts thinning more and more over the years. So I could keep this and just kind of keep hiding it. The sides and, the lower back aren't too bad, but I'm just sick of it, and I think this will be a pretty badass look. I think it's worth doing at least once in your lifetime. Yep, there's no going back. I don't even know if this is necessary. Oh God. It's kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to cut too close where whatever guard I end up using is shorter. Goodbye. See you later. I'm just over it. I want to go to the lake. I don't want to say no when friends want to go out just because I haven't washed my hair. I don't want to miss out on life because of hair. Okay. This is a 2, so we're gonna start at a 2 and just go. Did it work? Oh my goodness. That's a 2. All right. Oh, I should have done a mohawk. I totally forgot in all my anxiety that I wanted to do a mohawk. This is gonna be quick. Oh wow, you can really see, you'll be able to see that egg pattern where for me it's just over the past year that it's really, really gone. We may have to go shorter than a 2. Everyone always does this one. Oh! Oh my goodness. I think it's pretty similar to a lot of guys' pattern, except maybe not. Yeah, because except for the hairline maybe, it's all up here. Oh my gosh. over me. So let's see, I'll get back. So maybe I have to go from the back. Wow, and I can see it's really red. Yeah, I know you're supposed to go against the grain. Now I just remembered that. I can see it's actually really red and irritated on top as well. Or maybe that's just sunburn. That was something I always struggled with even as a teen. I didn't understand why my brother and sister weren't getting sunburnt scalps when we would go to the beach. I feel so much lighter. Let's just do it blind. That was a lot. Oh, this is gonna be a mess. I should go shorter on this side. Maybe I should do a 1. This feels really nice. I love the length of a 2, but maybe a 1 would look better. Can't decide if I should go shorter, if I should try a 1. Can't decide. I think we're gonna do a 1 because it can always grow to a 2, right? I'm scared. I like the 2, but it can just grow into the 2. Oh, that's not too much different. Okay, I like it. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Doing it was much more nerve-wracking than I expected.
Yeah.
It wasn't the sound that scared me or anything, once I turned the clippers on, but it was just, I told myself, I'm going to meditate for 10 minutes before I do this. I'm going to, calm my nerves because I knew I was going to do it. I had everything. And I was just so like anxious and eager to get it done. I did not meditate. I was like, nope, we're just gonna do it right now. And I mean, in a way, I feel like I almost blacked out. Like I didn't have any audience, but I was just putting on a show for myself or something
Yeah.
because I was so. I started with a 2, and a week later I did 1, and then just 2 days ago I did half. And it's just interesting because I liked the shorter versions, the succession of it a lot
Mm.
more. And you would think when you have more hair, you're a bit more comfortable. But for me, it was like the less hair I have, the better it feels because I didn't realize how often I was going and looking in the mirror to analyze how I appeared and
Mm.
if I was going anywhere or just by myself, even when there was nobody around. I honestly don't know if I will ever go back
Yeah.
to growing it out. I always struggled and beat myself up over my hair, and to not have any, I get maybe because I was ready to do it for myself, the looks or opinions of others or going out in public was not an issue. I thought
Yes.
I was going to have like, oh, I need to show family and like I
Yeah. Yeah.
some doesn't even know. I haven't made any big posts about it. I'm just showing up to work meetings and going to work like I feel more myself now than I've ever felt. I feel more beautiful now than I've ever felt. And I think that it brings out features of mine that I never really appreciated because I was always blinded. I'm a minimalist though. I mean, I only keep things that I really love and use all the time. My hair wasn't one of the things I really loved. So
Yeah.
getting rid of it has been pretty amazing. And the reception, not that they're anyone's words matter, but I haven't had any negative feedback whatsoever. And, I don't know if that's because I just don't care and I'm giving off this energy, like this newer, confident energy where I feel more myself. At the same time, I haven't had any negative reactions whatsoever. And I live in a pretty rural, conservative area.
Mm.
If I see anybody like drive by staring, I just look at them and smile and they always smile back. So, I'm not going to assume people are thinking negative things. I think people are just curious. I work with some elderly residents, and I thought that I might get a negative reception from them
Yeah.
because of the generation. No, I mean, repeatedly, and some have dementia, so they see my hair new every day, and then they share how much they like it every single day, the same. It's actually really sweet. They'll be like, I really like your hair. And one woman just asked me, why did you shave it off?
Yeah.
And it wasn't in a negative way. She just, why? I wanted to kind of pass it off as, oh, I think it's just a cool look. But if we really get down to the truth of what really pushed me to do it, it's because I was beating myself up over my hair loss. And so I just took a deep breath and, a calm washed over me. And I just said, it's been falling out. I have, it's been thinning since I was 17, since I can remember 16, 17. And, she was just shocked because she didn't really associate that kind of hair loss with women. It was a really amazing experience. And this was pretty close to when I had just done it. So I think
Yeah.
I'll always remember that, just finally opening up and saying, I've been losing my hair. And that's something I never would bring up before and always just tried to hide. I felt embarrassed. I felt
Yeah.
embarrassed and ashamed before. And now I was just over it in my
Yeah.
30s. Like, how much energy and time have I wasted over this hair? My whole world has changed simply by getting rid of my hair, to be honest,
Mm.
because now I walk around and not thinking of it and not hiding to be able to just navigate the world. It allows me to live with less anxiety and to live more naturally. I don't know if it's coincidence, I don't really believe in coincidence, but I went for my first run in years and I have more energy. I walk around now feeling more me, and more attractive and more authentic. So I'm not walking around guarded anymore, or I'm not walking around in a meek way. I think before I sort of defaulted to a higher voice and being really sweet and kind to everybody, no matter what. Whereas now it's like I'm walking around like, this is me. It's just a very confident, this is me, bring it on. Before I was much more hyper aware of what others thought of me. Whereas now I've sort of cleared away those cobwebs in my head and made space and have more energy to do the things that I want to do, the things that I love. I picked up the violin for the first time in a long time. I just have more time and energy because I'm not constantly beating myself up. And I didn't realize until I got rid of it how often I would actually go up to the various mirrors, just doing, cleaning and just the little things in my home when no one else is around. How often would I walk up and look down and, you
Mm.
know, create anxiety within myself? It feels like a completely new start for me where I don't know. I just carry myself taller. There's nothing, what's the worst thing someone could say? And even if they did, I just don't think I'd be affected by it. Oh, you have no hair. Nope.
Yeah, no, no
No, I
shit.
don't.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
It's brilliant. No, it's really, really nice to hear. And I'm really, it's a pleasure to have kind of seen
Mm.
you, both kind of before and after.
Thank you so much. It's been great talking to you.
Thank you very much.